Among US crossover buyers, Nissan's Rogue is more popular than the beer man at the ballpark. So, Nissan's North American product planners figured, hey, if one Rogue does so well here, how about? And so we Yanks are treated to the 2017 Nissan Rogue Sport, a smaller crossover that, beyond the name and basic platform, bears little relationship to the regular Rogue. Does that mean this Rogue has gone rogue? Not at all. In fact, Rogue Sport is handsome, handy and fully mainstream, unlike the quirky Nissan Juke. It's just that Sport, dubbed an urban compact sport utility, is a different experience. Born in 2006 as the tiny Nissan Genesis for the Japanese and Australian markets, it became known globally as the Nissan Qashqai in 2014 with its second generation. But, since we Americans can't pronounce Qashqai, at least, this American can't, it's rechristened Rogue Sport for US consumption. Comparatively speaking, Sport, between its bumpers, is fully a foot shorter than Rogue while riding a wheelbase that covers 2.3 inches less real estate. Offered with front or all-wheel drive in S, SV and SL trims, it earns the Sport moniker thanks to easy maneuverability in urban confines, certainly not from its driving dynamics. In the SLAWD we sampled, the suspension happily transferred road imperfections to the cabin, the steering was featherlight and acceleration was glacial. That's because forward motion in every Rogue Sport is provided by a 2.0-liter i4 that generates 141 horsepower. And, since that engine is naturally aspirated, its peak grunt of 147 pounds-ft of torque doesn't arrive until way up at 4,400 RPMs in the rev band. To add accelerative insult to injury, the only transmission is a CVT automatic. Ho-hum. That said, nobody does CVTs better than Nissan, and this little guy's faux shifts, which can be exploited further via a manual mode, somewhat ameliorate the rubbery sensation so common to CVTs. Nonetheless, when you're planning a trip from 0 to 60, bring lunch. Inside, our top trim SLAWD displayed a handsome cabin, with classy piano black trim on doors, center stack and floor console, along with nicely appointed and well-bolstered leather buckets. In back, headroom is fine, but legroom is dependent on the kindness of front passengers. Our 7.0-inch infotainment touchscreen looked great and was easy to use but, alas, lacked Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. It had radio knobs, though. The clever cargo bay, expandable to as much as 61 cubic feet, boasts a 50-50 split floor whose half panel can be raised into a partition position if desired. Cool. From a styling standpoint, the little guy looks great, not unlike its larger namesake. Finally, Rogue Sport is attainable, starting under 23 grand. The compact crossover's petite subsegment, highlighted by the likes of the Honda HR-V, Toyota CHR and Jeep Renegade, is gaining traction. From an appearance and functional standpoint, Rogue Sport is a real standout.
Subaru Australia's importer Inchcape is broadening its strategy to offer buyers an alternative to brick-and-mortar dealerships, with 3 new temporary pop-up shops now open. The new transactional pop-ups are designed to show off the new Subaru XV, and follow on from its rollout of Impreza-based applications. They're in Eastland Shopping Centre in Melbourne, Westfield Chatswood in Sydney and the Queen Street Mall in Brisbane. The trio of pop-ups join the more substantial existing 3 Subaru Do Shopping Centre stores, 2 in Melbourne and 1 in Sydney. These stores, much like what Tesla is doing, allow people to dive into the brand in a way that doesn't involve kicking tires and dodging car salesmen. The bold strategy created late last year was designed principally to grow the Impreza's appeal among younger drivers, though the XV fits the same bill. The company found itself under-indexed with buyers aged below 50 and acted to keep dealers on side. Buyers who transact through Do stores take delivery from a showroom, to which Subaru pays a delivery fee. They can also handle trade-ins and servicing either on-site or through a network of mobile mechanics vans. Or, in Subaru's words, the accessibility of a shopping center provides the general public an alternative to the traditional dealership experience and is just one example of the Subaru Do commitment to a more convenient customer experience. Eastland Shopping Center and Queen Street Mall are equipped for customers to test drive an XV on site, and Westfield Chatswood displays both the new XV and WRX, with the Subaru North Shore dealership less than 1 kilometer away. Both sites support purchasing directly from the shopping center, and the in-store technology allows customers to build and accessorize their car at a more convenient location and drives a new avenue of customer interaction. Subaru Australia Managing Director Colin Christie said the goal was to remove obstacles consumers face throughout the vehicle purchase and ownership journey. It makes perfect sense to expand on this success and drive all new XVs into our shopping center stores, especially as the traditional vehicle purchase process continues to rapidly transform. Subaru is already doing online sales for the BRZ Coupe, necessitated originally by short supply, and the steep performance sedan. As we reported yesterday, Subaru's Australian importer had a brilliant month in July, growing at a rate unmatched by any other top 20 car maker and achieving almost 5% market share. VFACTS figures show that the Japanese company's sales last month were 27.1% greater than July in 2016, at 4,265 units. This figure put it in 8th position for the month, 1 unit behind Kia, up 20% in its own right, and ahead of a declining Nissan, plus Volkswagen and Honda.
If financing a new car purchase for 60 months, you'll spend roughly $200 per month for those 5 years on every $10K you finance. Subaru's WRX and Volkswagen's GTI, each with a base price of around $25K, which equates to roughly $400 per month with 20% down, can easily become $40K in WRX STI and Golf R trim. That extra $15,000 will cost you almost $300 per month over the life of a 60-month payment book. $40 Subaru or Volkswagen is cheap in terms of enjoying the additional performance, but if your goal is only to get places in a fast hatch or sedan, you can keep your outlay far closer to the base price. Just mind the options. VW GTI. In the increasingly popular hot hatch segment, the GTI was arguably the first. Based on the revolutionary, for the mid-70s, Golf hatchback, the GTI offered upgraded power, improved handling and just enough cosmetic enhancements to let others know you were driving something special. Consumer response was immediate, and imitators came out of the woodwork. Now in its 7th iteration, as of the 2015 model year, the GTI has consistently evolved. Its 2.0-liter turbocharged 4 makes 210 horsepower and, more important in day-to-day driving, 258 pound-feet of torque. Its footprint remains comfortably small, with easy access to front and rear seats, and, if you need to carry something large, it has an expensive hatch and fold-down rear seat. Like most of the VW Audi family, its interior design and appointment bat well above the $25,000 price point. Whether selecting the 6-speed manual transmission or 6-speed DSG automatic, know that a responsive, agile hatchback is just a throttle tip in away. It's perfect for the in-town commute, weekend getaway or cross-country romp. And it appeals to a wide demographic, so resale value will remain high. Subaru WRX. This once was a performance derivative not shared with American consumers. But with its success globally, Subaru brought the WRX to the States, with the high-performance STI variant not long after. Having been offered in the US as a sedan, wagon and hatchback, today's WRX is available only as a 4-door sedan. As on every Subaru available in the US, except the BRZ, all-wheel drive is standard. horsepower is supplied by a turbocharged flat 4 displacing 2.0 liters but upping the horsepower to 268, while available torque is numerically identical to the GTI's at 258 pound-feet. With the edge in horsepower you could expect worse fuel economy, and you'd be right, 20 city/27 highway, to the GTI's estimated 24/34. With premium fuel at under $3 a gallon, but the Volkswagen wins with efficiency some 20% better. A great many Subaru fans continue to wish for the WRX hatch. Today's four-door sedan isn't unattractive, but the versatility implicit in a hatchback is missing. With that, we're sure the body is more rigid than its hatchback predecessor. And that rigidity, in combination with almost 270 horsepower, makes for one very immersive driving experience. This is horsepower closer to Volkswagen's Golf R, 292, than the GTI. And while it falls short of the WRX's 305, the entry-level WRX is also significantly less expensive. Beyond the lack of a hatch, the other disappointment, at least when coming from the VW showroom, is the Subaru's interior spec. Everything in this price category is plastic, but Subaru's take on plastic is decidedly down market. The product execs put their money into the all-wheel drive. So, don't slide in expecting to be delighted by the visual, but do expect to be excited by the visceral. With an investment of under $30K, both cars offer practical alternatives to a sport coupe. Even with a child seat, or on a run to Home Depot, either can bridge the gap between a larger family hauler and a Miata.